Good morning, and welcome to Commerce7 Innovate. I'm really excited to be here. When people think about the wine industry, they often think about family and tradition, but they don't often think that the industry can innovate. For those of us in the industry, we know this isn't the case. At Commerce7, we spend a lot of time thinking about innovation. Two of our core values are incremental improvement and push the bar. Both of these values speak of a state of innovation. At Commerce7, we were the first and only wine DTC platform to bring personalization to the commerce experience. This is making a huge difference in wine being sold online. Wineries who use our personalization on their websites, they get 6 times more add-to-cart clicks than our clients who don't. At Commerce7, we were the first and only DTC platform to offer subscription clubs. Today, over 18% of our clients are playing with subscription clubs. Our user choice and subscription clubs are giving your members complete control of their memberships. This is resulting in a 20% increase in package value and a 50% reduction in first-year churn. We're the first and only wine platform to be 100% API-based. Our APIs and App Store allow third-party developers to access your data in so many ways to integrate and customize the platform to meet your needs. Over 30 million API calls a week are made through our API infrastructure. We innovated with Commerce7 Now. Last year, when the pandemic hit, within a week of the shutdown, we offered wineries a free solution to sell wine online. We've innovated with our email finder, which allows you as a winery to get your customer's email address from their credit card. We've innovated with our product merchandising, with our upfront promos and coupons, with our reservations. We're the only platform doing estimated delivery date. We're the only platform with GraphQL APIs. We're the only solution with robust webhooks. Today, I'm excited and I'm really proud that we're releasing our biggest innovation yet, our version 2 front end. Today, we're going to take you through the new front end that we're making available to all wineries on Commerce7. This isn't coming soon, this is available today. I want to take you through a demo of one of my favorite features. Aside from product and price, the customer's experience is ultimately what drives sales. Today, I'm going to take you through the changes that we've made and show you how we're continuing to create better shopping experiences for your customers. Let me give you an example of what I'm going to be talking about today. If you're a winery on Commerce7, your customers will now have one of the fastest and easiest checkout experiences available, not just in the wine industry, but across any industry. Whether they're purchasing for the first time or they're an existing customer, whether they're on their phone or their desktop, no matter the scenario, we've made the process to complete an order as fast and easy as possible. The changes will not only improve their experience, but they're also going to increase your sales. Let's do a quick demo. Let's pretend I'm a first-time customer to your winery website. I'm on my mobile phone, I go to your website, I click on a bottle of wine I like that my friend was telling me about. Maybe I add 2 bottles to my cart here. Then I click on checkout. Our new checkout is smart enough to know if Apple Pay is in your browser. It knows if you have Google Pay, Microsoft Pay, Samsung Pay, WeChat Pay, Alipay, and more. So here I am, your customer, on our checkout, and I click Pay with Apple Pay. Apple Pay loads, it has my name, my address, it lets me do a shipping order or a pickup, it has shipping rates, it's smart enough to handle compliance, and I just click Pay. There it is, almost a one-click checkout for a first-time customer, fast, easy, and convenient. Today, Commerce7 has one-click checkout for logged-in visitors, and over 50% of e-commerce orders come from one-click checkout. This is one of the reasons why wineries switching to Commerce7 sell so much more. I've just shown you the simplest checkout for your customers, and you'll see shortly that we have the same process with Google Pay, Microsoft Pay, WeChat Pay, Alipay, even Samsung Pay. You'll see how these buttons load or don't load based on the customer's browser and whether these payment methods are enabled or not. You'll see this on our club signup and reservations as well. For now, let's get to the agenda. We've got a lot of great stuff to show you here today. On the agenda, I'm going to go over our new checkout, our new front end, updates to our subscription tools, and many other new updates and feature releases. Here's what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to start off by looking at the shopping cart. We're going to spend some time in the checkout and looking at receipts and delivery. We're going to look at all new clubs with new options on both the front end and back end and some very enticing ways to sign up customers online. We're going to talk about the profile area and new notifications and options, we're going to show you smarter dashboards. We're going to look at how we've streamlined reservations. We want to talk about accessibility, ADA compliance, and we'll take you through a screen reader using our cart. For designers and for wineries, we're going to then talk about product merchandising and about some personalization. Next, we want to talk about how apps can integrate in the front end. And to close, we're going to tell you how to upgrade and a few changes that are happening as well. Let's start off by taking a look at our shopping cart. The last year and a half have been huge for e-commerce. What was once an afterthought for many wineries is now the fastest growing channel and represents the largest growth opportunity in the direct-to-consumer space today. Although tasting rooms are open and consumers are going outside again, e-commerce sales remain strong and are still significantly higher than they were pre-pandemic. Your checkout on your website plays a huge role in your customers' online shopping experience, and that's why we've taken the time to make it even better. The checkout is the final barrier to purchase. You can invest all the money you want in marketing, SEO, your website, but if you have a difficult, slow, or intimidating checkout, your e-commerce sales are going to suffer as a result. According to Baymard Research, the leader in e-commerce research, the average cart abandonment rate is 68%. You spend time and money driving traffic to your site, whether you're spending money on SEO, email marketing, getting emails in the tasting room to remarket to visitors, you're spending time and money on the website itself, wireframes, content, images, bottle shots. Visitors come to the site, they add a product to their cart, and yet after all this effort on your end, 68% of these people are not completing their purchase. They're abandoning their cart. It doesn't matter how much you're spending on your marketing and your website. If it isn't easy to complete a purchase, you're sabotaging your efforts and you're losing sales. The checkout is so important. We've got the fastest and easiest checkout in the industry today, and it just got a whole lot better. Let me walk you through some of the changes we've made. Let's visit the checkout as a first-time customer. After we go to the checkout's smart enough to know if your customer has Apple Pay or Google Pay. Not only that, it knows if you have Microsoft Pay, Samsung Pay, WeChat, and Alipay. In addition to that, have a credit card or address saved in the browser. We've integrated the new Payment Intent API in all Evergreen browsers so we can pick those off too. We previously saw Apple Pay. Just for fun, I'm going to show you Google Pay. We can access your entire address book. We can do a pickup or a ship order. Very easy and similar to Apple Pay. Let's close Google Pay for a minute and take a look at our standard checkout. The first screen is pretty simple. The customer enters their email address. The delivery screen is next, and here we've made a lot of changes. Let's take a look at what we've done. First thing to notice, we've made the shipping and pickup buttons really big by default. They're going to be hard to miss now. Second, notice we're asking for first name and last name in a single field. It's not that important on desktop, but on a mobile phone, this is a lot easier than forcing a customer to tab between fields. 99.9% of the time, our system can detect first name and last names, and will put these into the CRM correctly. Next, you'll notice a very simplified address entry. We spent serious time looking at research, and all research points to this being the leading practice. Hide elements you don't need. After the address, enter a zip code. We automatically populate the city and state code for you. This works not only in the United States, but also Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Baymard Research, the leader in e-commerce research, have run massive studies reviewing over 8,000 checkout experiences and come to the conclusion that this checkout format is best practice. We aren't just the first wine platform to integrate this. We've integrated this before Shopify, BigCommerce, and most major platforms out there. Finally, I want you to notice what we've done with age. Only in 4 states do you need to enter a date of birth on compliance forms. In all other states, you have to confirm that they're an adult of legal drinking age. Entering a birth date on a mobile phone sucks. No matter how you do it, there's too many fields to enter. So today, if you pick a state like California, you can just verify you're an adult. Everything related to shipping is on one screen. Once you enter the address, our system will automatically find your shipping rates and present the user with the shipping rates. Like our current checkout, shipping rates will show with any discounts applicable for the user. So if the user is entitled to free shipping, they'll see it here. If you use wine shipping, we now show estimated delivery date here and allow you to play with that. After the customers enter their address, we go to the payment screen. We spent a lot of time here as well. Notice how simple the form is. Leading edge fraud detection doesn't use billing address. AVS is archaic. Modern fraud detection uses browser signature and other attributes of the user instead. Only in a few states do you actually need a billing address on a compliance form, so we don't really need to ask for a billing address unless you're in one of those states. The credit card form is the most secure form we've done to date. It's not served from our system, the credit card never touches our system, and Commerce7 is on Visa's site listed as a PCI Level 1 security system. We're the only wine DTC platform with true PCI Level 1 security as recognized by Visa. Let's fill out the credit card form and click Review. We get a really clear and simple review of your order here. Before I click Submit, I want to talk a bit more about compliance. Today, Commerce7 shows Prop 65 warnings if the customer has a shipping address in California. This happens automatically. Commerce7 will default to only collecting birth dates and billing addresses in states where it's required. You as the winery can override this in the admin panel and decide how you want to handle this if you don't like what we're doing. Commerce7 does real-time compliance checks with both Ship Compliant and Avalara. For wineries who don't have accounts with Ship Compliant or Avalara, we offer zip code level tax rates to you at no cost. We license these rates and give them to you for free. Compliance is done on Commerce7 before the order is processed, not after like you see with Shopify. Okay, let's click Place Order. Here's the receipt page. Clean, simple, and informative. We'll get into it shortly, but on the receipt page, we have a few things to note. We've detected the customer doesn't have an account, and we're asking them to create an account. We're serving third-party apps into the checkout. On the right-hand side, we have a rating and review button. This is a third-party app here. We have this nice message at the top telling us that we'll get a notification when the package is shipped. I'm going to quickly log in and fulfill this order and enter a tracking number. Now when I refresh the page, our system has picked up that we have the tracking information on it. We're getting the webhooks on the packing updates, and we'll update the order in near real time with the carrier information here. So that was for a first-time customer. What happens for a repeat customer? I'm going to quickly log in and show you what we're doing here. Right now, I'm logged in as a club member. I'm in the store, and I see my upfront pricing. I can add a couple products to my cart here, and I can go to the checkout. There it is. Similar to our current system, one-click checkout. We landed the repeat buyer right on the review screen. Over half of all online orders come from one-click checkouts on Commerce7. Today, repeat customers on Commerce7, they love how streamlined the process is. That's not one-click checkout though. Instead, let's edit the shipping option. When I go to the delivery page here, I can see my address book. It's very clearly stating all the addresses I have. And here again, our system has become very smart. Almost all customers have less than 6 addresses on file. If your customer has less than 6 addresses on file, they see a nice block display here. If you have more than 6 addresses, the display is going to change. Instead of shipping this order, let's change it to a pickup. So I can show you some cool things we're doing around the receipt page here. All right, so here's the pickup screen. Super easy to select a pickup location. Once I've selected the location, I can go to the payment page. The payment screen knows all my cards on file. It allows me to edit and add new cards. It also knows if I have some loyalty points, and I can pay with loyalty points. We finally have loyalty finished and ready to go here now in our checkout. Let's use our default card and go to the receipt page. Here's the receipt page. Slightly changed from before. A great integration with Google Maps to show the customer where to pick up their order. The message at the top has changed. It no longer shows ship information, but shows pickup information instead. In fact, the message is context sensitive and displays different information if there are events, gift cards, and other items in the order here. So how does the Commerce7 checkout experience compare to some of our competitors like WineDirect, Shopify, or BigCommerce? We're the first platform in the wine industry to give customers the option to pay with Apple Pay, Google Pay, Alipay, or WeChat Pay. We require up to 62% less fields for your customers to fill out, and in those fields, we've reduced the chance for error and confusion by following e-commerce best practices. We require the customer's birth date or for them to confirm they're of legal drinking age, which is something that you need to remain compliant, and not all competitors natively do. When you have less fields on your checkout, it makes shopping online much faster and much easier for the customer, especially if they're on a mobile device and they're having to fill out all those fields by typing with their thumbs. With our new checkout, you get better shopping experiences for your customers, which leads to less abandoned carts, more conversions, and more e-commerce revenue for your winery. Let's switch gears a bit and talk about updates to our clubs and subscriptions. For many wineries, the club represents a significant portion of DTC revenue. It's important that as consumer preferences change, wineries continue to adapt and offer the experience their members want in order to continue to acquire, retain, and upsell their members. Looking at our aggregate data, we know that more and more consumers are wanting to be at the center of the experience. They want choice and control and personalized curation. And as a winery, there are big benefits to delivering on these preferences. 38% of club members on Commerce7 will edit a package when given the opportunity. As a winery, you want that number as high as possible because when a member edits a package, on average, their order value goes up 20%. And the chances they cancel your club in the first 12 months drops 50%. We know the value of making it easy and intuitive for members to personalize their clubs, and our new controlled subscriptions makes that process even easier for your members. Before talking about what's new, let's quickly recap the existing options. Today at Commerce7, we have traditional clubs where the winery controls the product, the package frequency, and the processing date. We've got user choice clubs where within restrictions you preset, the member controls the products and the product quantity, but you, the winery, still control the package frequency and the processing date. We've also got our subscriptions where once again within restrictions you preset, the member controls the products, the quantity of the products, the package frequency, and the processing date. The member can also receive curated, recommended products. With all these existing options, the member signs up first and then personalizes. That all changes with our new updates. Members can now build out their package before signing up for it. The member selects the products first, signs up, and then their selection becomes their default. We make it clear to the member up front just how easy and intuitive it is for them to personalize and control their club. Let me show you what it looks like. As a new customer, when I come to your site, I can click on Join Spectra Club. The first screen I'm going to see is the products in the next shipment. Here, depending on the type of club you have and the setup, the user will see products available to them. The customer gets this great screen where they can completely interact with your products. Here, a customer can add and remove products before signing up. We've been learning so much about how wine club members interact with their packages, and we're bringing this to the new sign-up process. Customers love this design. It's so easy to see. I can preview or skip my next package as well as cancel my membership at any time. We spent a ton of time working on this for mobile as well, and it's a great experience. Just like with our checkout, you can sign up for a club with Apple Pay. In version 2, you can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, Microsoft Pay, Samsung Pay, and we've integrated the native Google and Safari payment intent API, so you can also use Alipay. The club sign-up process is just as streamlined as the checkout process. Club sign-up on the web is important. A few years ago, club sign-up on the web wasn't really a thing. Less than 5% of club members signed up from the web. Some of that was the winery's fault, and some of that was issues with legacy platform systems. Legacy systems like eSeller just don't blend well with club sign-up on the web. On Commerce7, 27% of club signups come from the web, and we know that on average, it takes a member 3.5 orders before they sign up for a club. So often that sign-up is happening at home when they're on the web. We have full integrations with Ship Compliant and Avalara, and these compliance checks are done pre-club processing. For those without a Ship Compliant or Avalara account, we license tax rates at a zip code level on your behalf. We're really excited about the new club tools. We know that the easier you make it for a member to personalize and control their shipment, the more members you'll acquire, upsell, and retain. Our new club tools make it easy for members to tailor and personalize their club during the sign-up process. Next on the agenda, I'm going to be going over a ton of new updates to customer accounts on the website. Let's start with account creation on the website. We want to create an account, and it's not from something like an email being sent. On Commerce7 today, if you try to create an account or even sign up for a club and your email is already in use, it's going to tell you your email is already in use and you need to log in. This is frustrating for a customer who just spent time filling out multiple fields, and we thought we could do better here. Now, if your email is already in use, we won't give you an error. We'll just let you create an account, and we'll store your information in a temporary database, and we'll send you an email to verify that account. Let's take a look at the new profile area of Commerce7. First, the customer widget in the top right. You'll notice this red dot. This shows up whenever there's an issue on the account. Like our admin panel, we notify the customer up front if there's an issue. Click the red dot and be taken to the dashboard to see the issue. The second thing to notice is the widget now has a drop-down. This makes it faster for your customers to go exactly where they want in their profile. The customer dashboard has a massive redesign. First, you'll see any customer-facing alerts a customer may have. Second, we're really focusing on what's important here. In this case, I have an upcoming club shipment, and that's what's being shown here. The Commerce7 dashboard knows exactly what's going on with the customer and surfaces things that are important. After a reservation has passed or after an order has been delivered, it disappears from the dashboard. Club packages show up 2 weeks before they're processed. We've extended the dashboard on both sides for app developers. If you're looking for something custom, it can now be brought in by an app. Third, let's look at the menu at the top. We've really slimmed it down to focus on what customers really care about and why they go to the profile in the first place. Customers consistently go to their profile for their clubs and order history and for their reservations, and we've made that the focus here. We're also allowing apps to extend the menu and add their own menu items. Let's look at the club shipments page. From here, I can jump into my next package and interact with it. We have a large focus on the products coming in the next shipment here. If I look at the product interaction, we've completely redefined the product selection again. Adjusting a package shows in a full screen and makes it easy to focus on the products. We're allowing customers to play around with their package, add, remove, go negative, etc. The club editing is very slick now. Putting a club on hold is gone now. Customers can skip a package, they can ship it now, and they can also cancel online. This is all optional, but you should really consider allowing members to cancel online. First, it's the law in a number of states like California. If you can sign up online, you have to let them cancel online, and an email doesn't cut it. With changes we've made, it now also makes a great sales tool. Let's take a look at what we've done to help with your cancellation process. All the club cancellations all try hard to keep your member. Let's try to cancel and say we have too much wine. The system will ask if we want to skip the package instead. If we were to say that we have financial issues, the system will review packages and potentially suggest a package that's cheaper. We're doing everything we can to help you keep your members here while giving your customers control. If a customer does want to cancel, let's go ahead and cancel them. The site will make sure to tell them that we missed them and invite them back every time they come to the site. So that was clubs. Let's take a look at order history. Order history is pretty straightforward, but there's a cool little thing here now from the list page that lets you track a package. Tracking your shipment works with UPS, FedEx, and many more options. This makes it easy to see tracking and delivery of a package. I want to open a few orders here. First, we'll open an order that's being shipped. We can see here all the delivery information about the order and exactly where it's at. This updates in near real time. Second, let's open a pickup order. I can see exactly where I need to go to pick up this order, and I can see the stats of the pickup. Let's take a look at reservations. For reservations, we've separated reservations into upcoming reservations and past reservations. This is a big distinction. Clicking on a reservation gives your customer a great way to see the reservation details and exactly where to go for the reservation. Let's go back over to the account area. Here's where a customer can manage their profile, their password, addresses, and credit cards. It's all nicely laid out, easy to understand. Commerce7 allows for international addresses, international phone numbers. We've brought our slick credit card and address editing into this area. New to the account area, we are now allowing customers to delete their account. In compliance with GDPR and other regulations, a customer has the right to be forgotten. Privacy is important. If a customer doesn't want to be your customer anymore, allow the customer to delete their account. So those are the updates to the customer profile. Let's go over to our reservations. Reservations have become so important over the last year. At Commerce7, we've seen a massive uptick in the number of reservations happening. Reservations also lead to a better customer experience. Being able to go between a reservation system and a POS system is very powerful. We have a few announcements to make here. First, Talk is integrating with Commerce7. Talk is building this out, and I want to invite their team here to speak to this integration a bit.
Hi, everyone. Really excited to be here. Wish I could be in person. Fortunately, I'm in my basement in Chicago. Having said that, I want to spend a few minutes just giving an overview. First and foremost, super excited about the integration with Commerce7. It's a lot of hard work went into it in terms of development engineering. Fully tested, live. We have wineries that are using it today, the integration successfully and seamlessly, and a laundry list of other wineries that are in the queue to be activated. So that's the news. Now I'm going to just spend a few minutes talking about the company, provide an overview on Talk, as well as then get into some of the details around the integration. At our core, Talk's a reservation system, table management system. We also provide the ability to do takeout, pickup, delivery, and events. So want to speak about the integration. Again, really excited here. Talk and Commerce7, when we think about the integration, we're providing the best way to reserve, manage, tasting tours, events, and deliver that world-class hospitality. When we think about that modern DTC of Commerce7 and the all-in-one platform of Talk, this is the end result here, is being able to have a true holistic view. So you can see membership information. So we're going to be pulling in that guest information from C7, and that'll populate in Talk. Any membership notes that go along with that. Any guest tags, for example, these can be assigned in Talk. If there's any types of notes or CRM in Commerce7, we can push that in as well. And then reservation information. So we're going to be sending that back. This is all in real time. So let me just take a step back for a second here. I'll break it into two pieces. There's guest data, and this includes the membership, club membership, tags, and any C7 guest notes. And that is coming over in real time. So you will be able to recognize and Talk a club member. You will also, if there's any types of discounts or promotions for that club member, that will be already, the system's smart enough to detect that. And so if someone, for example, gets 2 free tastings as part of their wine membership with you, when they go to make that reservation and they haven't used any of those they haven't been to any of those tastings or made that reservation, they will automatically make that reservation and they'll be charged nothing, as an example. Again, it's that real-time sync. On the reservation side, when a guest is making a reservation to your winery, we are passing that information back into Commerce7. So now you have a whole look of your revenue. So in all of those reservations will be talk reservations, and you'll be able to classify those and see that revenue that you're generating from, again, any bookings made on talk. Thank you for the few minutes. Look forward to hopefully chatting with many of you in the not too far off future. Thanks again.
So we have Talk integrated, we have Seller Pass integrated, and of course, we have our own native reservations. Let's review how we've changed our native reservations. It's a similar experience to find a reservation, but when you've clicked to make a reservation, it's a streamlined experience. If I'm not logged in, I get this basic customer screen for name, phone number, email, and dietary restrictions. That's it. If payment's required, I get a secondary payment screen. We then review and place the reservation. This is just as simple as modern reservation systems, no billing info or anything else. If I'm logged in, it's even easier. One click, make a reservation. Next today, I want to talk about accessibility. Accessibility is so important, not because it's the law, not because you can be sued for not making your site accessible. It's important because it's the right thing to do. I want to invite our front-end designer, Andrea Dick, to come up and tell you about accessibility.
Our focus is making your customer's experience the best that it can be. And this isn't for a subset of your customers. We want to cater to everyone, even those that might rely on a screen reader. Imagine you can't see anything on a website. Do you think you'd be able to go through all of the steps to complete a purchase? This is where screen readers come in. Screen readers tell you what's on the page and how you can interact with it. Just enabling a screen reader on its own, though, isn't quite good enough. We've provided the screen reader with additional details so that it can understand all of the elements on the page and accurately describe them to your customers. We've also made sure that everything is accessible through your keyboard and the elements are properly marked up so that they're available for screen readers to find and use. Let's open up a website to give you an idea of how it all works. I've turned on the screen reader on Mac by pressing Command and F5. And as I tab through the page, the elements are described to me in the bottom left-hand side. I can also bring up a panel to give me an overview of the page sections and headings if I wanted to use that to navigate. Now I'm going to turn the volume up and we're going to go through checkout so that you can see it in action.
Add to cart, 2016 rows button. You loading. Item added to cart. You now have one item in your cart, $55.60. Remove, 2001, quantity, collapsed pop-up button. Menu item, 2, 3. Low item quantity updated. You now have 3 items in your cart, $110.80. 1. Link. View cart. Secondary navigation map link. Proceed to checkout. You are currently Spectral Winery web content. Link. Image. Spectral Winery. Banner. Link. 1. Delivery. List 3 items. Link. 2. Payment. You are link. Edit shipping information. Main. Link. Edit payment information. Place order button. You are currently on a button. Spectral Winery web content. Loading. You are currently on web content. To enter the web area, press Control Option Shift down arrow.
All of the way through, you could see that I was able to use my keyboard to navigate the page. The screen reader kept me updated for every step, letting me know how many products I had, when my cart was updated, and where I was at in the checkout process. This was just a small sample of the changes that we've made. Although I don't have time to go through everything today, we've audited all areas of the e-commerce tools from checkout to the customer portal to optimize them for accessibility and ensure that all of your customers are able to shop your website.
Thank you, Andrea. Next, for both product merchandising and apps, I want to invite Andrew Campus, Head of Product Development, to talk about how we're changing product merchandising.
Thank you, Zach. We spent a lot of time talking with developers and looking at ways to improve product merchandising. We know that over 80% of products are being bought from the list page. We know that personalization adds 13 times more to the cart than not. Sadly, many wineries do not set up personalizations. We also see some negative practices on our system. We see designers forcing wineries to enter products in the CMS rather than properly integrating Commerce7 collections and products. Designers may do this for a few reasons. It could be easier for the designer, although harder for the winery. Or maybe they're doing it because of SEO reasons, but we know that's not a true statement. We want to encourage designers to continue using personalizations, Commerce7 dynamic collections, and other great tools. Let's look at some of the changes we've made. First, the Add to Cart button with multiple variants got a lot smarter. Less than 6 variants and it shows radio selection, more than 6 variants and it shows select dropdowns. We continued to let designers use their product tags to make beautiful pages. These 3 designs on this page here are all made with our product tags. We are now allowing designers to use a handlebar-like syntax to access raw data. For example, create a metadata element called tasting sheet, then include it like this on your page. We have all new tags for related products and other items. And finally, we have restricted access to the buy button because it's being abused by designers and creating the negative practice of having products in the CMS. Moving on from product merchandising, let's talk about apps. We've previously allowed third-party apps in our admin panel, point of sale, and reservation system. And because we allowed wineries to choose their own CMS, they could always have third-party scripts throughout their website. Today, we are now allowing for apps inside our widgets. Apps can be placed on the order receipt page, the reservation receipt page, the club receipt page, and throughout the customer profile area. It's been a big year for apps on Commerce7. In the past few months, we've seen some great apps and integrations. Earlier today, Zach announced the Talk integration. We are so excited that the team at Talk has integrated their reservation system with Commerce7. There's now an integration with AMS by Jasati. We believe this is one of the first times AMS has allowed outside developers to tap into AMS accounting system APIs. Digimatic has built this cool integration with Klaviyo. If you don't know what Klaviyo is, it's like MailChimp, but really around event-driven email. TreeFrog Digital continues to build integrations, including our first front-end apps, as well as apps to integrate Venom 55, Tap Mango, Kitchen Printer app, and a wine tasting app, all in the last couple months. Smart Target built this integration from Commerce7 to WhatsApp, and that's pretty cool. We've had so many apps being built by third parties. Now we're allowing apps on the front end, and we're really excited to see what kinds of things developers will bring to the front end experience. I'm going to hand it back to Zach now.
Today, you saw our new front end. This is available now, and the documentation is live, and your designers can implement this into your site today. There are a couple of things you need to do as a winery to get this going. First, you need to talk to your designer or the designer of your site and ask them to integrate these widgets. The documentation is set, but they'll still need to do the work there. Second, version 2 includes many innovations, but not every payment processing solution will enable you to access every or even most of these innovations. This is an issue that you're going to have to decide when considering to upgrade to version 2. Ultimately, the choice of payment processing solution is for each of you to decide on your own. I want to close by reiterating why we do what we do. We know that customer experience is the reason a consumer is going to shop from one of your brands, and our mission here is to make it easy for you to create better shopping experiences. Version 2 is a great leap forward towards our mission. We've made it faster and easier for your customers to shop on your website, and we've implemented more tools to allow you to personalize your customer shopping experience. We're here for you as you implement these new tools and upgrades to your customer shopping experience. Thank you all for tuning in to Commerce7 Innovate. We're looking forward to you joining again next time.